If you Google meditation and decision making, you'll find a million hits. What they all focus on is their correlation. None of them focus on how to take advantage of that correlation. In this video, I show you how to use meditation to improve your decision making. First by breaking down the process of making a decision into 4 steps, then recommending meditation-based practices that develop your mental functions key to performing those steps. Let's start by breaking down the process of making a decision into its 4 steps. The first step is to take notice of your questionable ideas before you act on them. Next, brainstorm your options, then project the outcome of your options. Finally, choose the option with the best outcome. That is to say, take notice of your questionable ideas, brainstorm your options, project the outcome of your options, choose the option with the best outcome. Notice how the first step indicates which types of decisions meditation helps. Taking notice of your questionable idea suggests meditation helps with snap decisions, not big decisions like marrying or having children. Snap decisions made in the moment benefit from meditation, since meditation's purpose is to teach you to be in the moment. And don't let the big versus small descriptors fool you. Snap decisions are just as important as big ones given their frequency. They fill your day, they include almost everything you say, and they determine your effectiveness at navigating daily life. The challenge with snap decisions is performing the 4 decision-making steps before the moment passes. That's why the meditation-based practices are so important. They train your decision-making muscle memory in advance. Then when you face a snap decision, you activate those decision-making muscles in real time. I said in the introduction I would break down decision-making into 4 steps, which I've done, then recommend meditation-based practices that will develop your mental functions central to performing those steps. To make sure the practices I recommend will be effective, let's confirm which mental functions the practices will target and how important those mental functions are to the decision-making steps. The mental functions are paying attention, focus, sensitivity, and acceptance. Paying attention is central to taking notice of your questionable ideas. Focus is central to brainstorming your options, especially when you're tired, anxious, or angry. Sensitivity to people's thinking is central to projecting how others will react to your options. And acceptance is central to choosing the option with the best outcome. Because choosing the option without the best outcome usually happens when you're trying to get back at someone, which inevitably undermines your own happiness and proves the importance of acceptance in making good decisions. We've covered the 4 decision-making steps and your mental functions that perform those steps. Now let's explore the 4 key mental practices that train your mental functions. Recall the first decision-making step, taking notice of your questionable ideas before you act on them. There is a practice that helps you take notice of your questionable ideas by teaching you to pay attention to your life. It's a practice that you do frequently anyway, dishwashing. Pay attention to the warm water cascading over your hands. Pay attention to the weight of your dishes, then to the clinking sounds they make as you place them in your dishwasher or drying rack. All that paying attention to dishwashing builds your paying attention muscle memory so you can take notice of your questionable ideas before you act on them. Home improvement projects serve as a good example. Even though I am a total believer in measure twice, cut once, I would still forget and make mistakes once in a while. Meditative dishwashing has developed my attentiveness so I can take notice, sometimes right before I'm about to cut, that I haven't measured twice. Now imagine you're rushing to leave for work. Your teenage son, whom you drive to school, is late. You fear you're going to be late for your first appointment. The pressure in your head builds. You're preparing sack lunches when you see your son in the hallway, trudging like a zombie. You're trying not to yell at him because yelling earlier didn't help, but your frustration makes it hard to brainstorm other options. Prepare for this moment by observing your breath, which gives you practice directing your mind's focus. Breathing in through your nose, direct your mind's focus to the chill your nostrils experience and to the stretching of your diaphragm as you inhale. Next, focus on the feeling of your diaphragm contracting, then finally squeezing as it forces out your last bit of air. When a distraction interrupts your focus, wrap it up, set it aside, and redirect your focus onto your breathing. Continue your practice to build up your muscle memory for diverting distractions and directing your focus. That will help you when a situation arises to divert the anxiety and anger that accompany situations and to direct your focus onto brainstorming your options. Like if my child frequently ran late in the morning, I might brainstorm leaving them at home, but that might incent them to be late in the future. Maybe I can order them a rideshare, but that might be unsafe if they've never ridden one alone before. Or maybe I can continue to prepare to leave to the point where I'm in my car honking, because my child might feel they're not making me late until that point. I like that point. I'm going to try it. Continue building up your muscle memory for directing your focus. When your boss's boss critiques your work, or when your partner pushes your buttons, or when the person you're crushing on enters the elevator, brain lock can kick in. You want reserves of focus to draw upon to break through your brain lock and brainstorm your options. After brainstorming your options, the next step is to project the outcome of your options. A mental practice helpful to project the outcome of your options is reading a room. When you enter a room of people you know, imagine them one by one, what's happening in their lives and what they may be thinking in that moment. The practice of reading a room develops your sensitivity to what others are thinking, which will help you project how others will react to your options. That practice helps me at work to lead meetings more effectively. Projecting how others will react to my ideas helps me suggest how the types of action items and decisions that invite favorable reactions and move my meetings forward. The fourth of the 4 steps, choosing the option with the best outcome, sounds easy. It's actually the hardest. Why would we purposely choose an option without the best outcome? Usually, we're reacting negatively to others, which, if we repeat, inevitably undermines our own happiness. That explains why acceptance is so important and why the Serenity Prayer opens with, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Sometimes the person we can't accept is ourselves, especially in contrast to the person we feel we should be. Our inability to accept ourselves makes us afraid of rejection and unwilling to take the types of risks, personal, social, and professional, that studies show lead to more happiness and success. I suggest developing your acceptance by visualizing forgiveness. Visualize your adversaries and visualize yourself experiencing life's harsh realities that result in the worldview you've adopted to defend yourselves from it. Forgive them. Accept yourself. Empower yourself to choose out of your options the one with the best outcome. We've reviewed the 4 decision-making steps, the mental functions that perform the steps, and the 4 key mental practices that train your mental functions to effectively make decisions. I hope this primer on how to use meditation to improve your decision making prompts your curiosity. Please leave below your thoughts about meditation's potential for improving your decisions, and also about this video and how it's presented. Thank you.